What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge, another softball edition here. And we are very blessed to have 2024 elite player, athlete, Tia Milloy, joining us tonight. Tia, thanks again for taking some time to join us.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and start with maybe kind of what led you to the commitment at Oklahoma? I know that you are maybe from the most athletic family in the history of sports. It's probably arguable that, but and your sisters have played, at Washington and Tennessee. So what led you to Oklahoma?
Yeah, one thing that I was really looking for during my recruiting process is I wanted a female head coach that was like a non-negotiable for me. And Coach Gasso is strong. Coach Gasso, and the rest of the coaching staff really, they all make it known that women can get the job done and women can bring in the views. Women can do anything that a man can do, and I just love that energy. Along with that, I think that the Sooners are just something revolutionary. I think that they're changing the game. They're bringing more attention to it. I mean, we have like this big stadium being built. It's the biggest in college softball, stuff like that. So we are growing the game along with other softball programs around the nation. But it just really attracted me. I think that the team and the whole dynamic is really family oriented. And that's something that is so valuable to me because obviously my family means everything to me. A lot of people know who my family members are. My family members are the main reason why I chose to pursue collegiate softball. So with them having such a strong family dynamic, it felt like home.
Yeah, Tia. So as you said, like just really, your sister played at Tennessee and another one at Washington. How hard was it to maybe go to one of those schools and to choose Oklahoma? And maybe what exactly about the culture stood out at Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think with Kiki being the first person to not go to UW, I mean, both my parents went to University of Washington and also my older sister. I think that she faced a little bit of criticism, maybe from other people, maybe other people from the outside looking in didn't understand why she wanted to go her own way, but that's just Kiki. That's what she wanted to do. And so I think that like seeing her success, seeing how she grew at Tennessee and how much like how she found her personality and she's doing so well there, it really made me feel comfortable to move away as well. I'll always love Washington. I'll always be a dog. But I always wanted something different. I've been here my whole life, and Oklahoma is definitely different from Washington. So just to get the experience of something different, and my older sister definitely made that experience a lot less scary for me.
Yeah, Tia, thanks again for joining us. One thing you mentioned a little earlier about the just the growth of women's sports, and I mean, honestly, us even doing these videos, you can see it. Sooner Nation. I mean, the growth of OU softball has just continued to grow, and I mean, they are so excited for you to be in Oklahoma. What about you? What is it? I mean, how excited are you to play in front of Sooner Nation?
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I got to experience it a little bit. Went to a couple camps where they aligned with some spring ball at the Oklahoma Stadium. I mean, you see Home Run Village, and there's people just sitting out there. They park their lawn chairs and everything, and they want to hear it. It might be even like though the screen is a little lagged, they just want to be there. And then I also went to the Women's College World Series where my sister's team, Tennessee, made it. They played against Oklahoma, and just the atmosphere, the energy. Clearly, it was a bunch of OU fans, but it was just surreal almost, and it almost brought me to tears because it's like a sport that I've loved forever. I have never really had another thought that I wasn't going to pursue softball in college. I mean, I played other sports when I was little, but I never loved it like softball. And just for other people to be so invested in something that I love, it was amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, Tia, you can pretty much play any position from what I've seen. Very versatile athlete, phenomenal athlete. Is there a preference that you have as far as position wise?
No, I like to play any position. I can play any position. I just like to hit. So
Yeah, I also asked you about, I read the article about, you had the injury to the wrist, and you talked about how during that time you really found the love, realized how much you love this game. So maybe just talk about coming back from that, having to, kind of get the swing going again. And because maybe people don't know about that.
Yeah, I got injured during COVID. It was my first ever injury, first surgery. And it really sucked. Like I felt like I was missing out. But it was kind of the age where I was starting to be like, oh, do I really want to like go to practice when other kids at school are like hanging out and stuff like that? And it was when travel ball was really starting to pick up, like 14U and stuff. And then I was also playing travel basketball too, so I really had no time. I was playing AAU basketball. But it was kind of the age where I was kind of starting to like plateau a little bit. I had always been maybe a little better than the other kids just because I was had that athletic the gene pool that I was given. But at some point it starts to plateau if you're not putting hard work in, and that's kind of the age where I was getting questionable. But that happened, and then I just really realized I was like, I don't know what I would do without softball, and I want to play it. I want to put as much passion, as much energy as I can into it for as long as I can play. So that was probably the most eye-opening experience. That was probably when I realized how much I love softball and how hard I need to work to get to a point where I can play in college.
Yeah. So maybe if you could talk about the relationship amongst your other 2024 commits and just really the bond you guys have as a 2024 class. And also, have you gone to compete against any of them on the AAU circuit?
Yeah, I love every single one of my 2024 teammates. We are close. We text every single day. We have a group chat. We just got another one, so we're really excited about that. We're welcoming her in, and we're about to go on our unofficial visit in a couple weeks. So we're all gonna see each other. It's just, even though we're from all around the country, we don't really see each other much. We stay in touch. Corey Hicks is one of my best friends already. I talk to her every single day. Love her, got to spend a lot of time with her over the summer. And I've played like half of them maybe in select ball. I've played Corey, Sydney. I've played against Audrey once, stuff like that. But I'm so excited to go through college with those people. They're all like strong people, all kind, all hard workers. We all have the same end goal, and I think that it's something special that we have.
That's great. That's great to hear. So your senior season here, what parts of your game are you, maybe just give us something, maybe one or two things that you're really looking at improving before you get to OU?
Yeah, I think that like off the field, I was working on like a lot of discipline. I think that college has such like a strenuous schedule, so I knew that because my two older sisters play, and also my two parents, they played sports in college. They had those 6 a.m. workouts. They had 2-a-days. They had stuff like that. So knowing myself, I had to like really recognize, I had to look in the mirror and I had to look and be like, hey, I have some bad habits and they need to be broken before I get to Oklahoma if I want to be great. So one of those was like, I'm not a morning person at all. So for me, how well was I going to perform if I had to like wake up early in the morning for weights? Probably not well if I didn't start a good habit now. So like my school, it actually worked out perfectly because my school schedule, we moved back an hour. It's like a state mandate or something like that. But I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to train in the morning and get used to waking up every single morning and having enough energy and putting in the work I need so that it is a smoother transition into like those morning workouts in college. So just like stuff like that, I had to really be honest with myself, not let myself settle. But that was probably like the biggest discipline thing that I wanted. And my game is, I think it ties into off the field stuff too. So, just getting back out there, being, having good pitch selection, like all those little things. But that's pretty much the main thing I was working on.
Yeah. Hey, how competitive is your family? Like, just give us maybe growing up. I mean, got to be some stories. I can imagine how competitive it is.
Oh my gosh, we are so competitive. We play Uno, it always gets like it always gets so angry. It always gets a lot like really heated. We play a card game called Tunk, and my dad, he wins every single time. I don't know how, but he wins every single time. And he'll get up and he'll walk around and he'll yell. He'll be like, "Yeah!" And we're like, "All right, calm down. Like you win every time." Like that's, but yeah, no, it's really competitive in my household. We'll compete over everything. Thanksgiving, we have a weigh-in, so we'll weigh before and after and see who gains the most
Oh, that's
weight.
awesome.
Yeah, we have a craft competition, a Christmas craft competition right after dinner at Thanksgiving. So everything is a competition in my household.
That's great.
That is awesome. Just a
Yeah.
couple more questions, Tia. One is maybe a lot of people don't know as well that you've spent some time coaching some younger teams and things. Maybe just talk about a little bit of that and what that's meant to you.
Yeah, when I was little, I started a summer camp. It's called DBTR. It's ran by Eve Gaw, and she's currently my hitting coach and pitching coach. But she does a 8-week long summer camp. And at first, I started off as a camper. They had the University of Washington girls. Obviously, like my sisters worked in it, and I think that I learned so much from there. And it was just such like a warm feeling to see like older girls, and I get to be around these like amazing players, these college players and stuff like that. And so I still work that camp. I've been like involved with that camp for like 8 years now. But I wanted to be that person for little girls. And I've seen some of the numbers go down. Some of the numbers are definitely going down in my area, especially maybe like little league and high school. Like we didn't have enough to make like a JV team this year. And for me, that hurt so much because I was like, maybe if there was a older role model for some of these kids that were coming into high school or coming into little league, they would have wanted to continue playing softball longer. So with my little sister being on a team and also me being a coach at that summer camp, it was a great opportunity for me to just come out there, and I can talk about softball forever. It's not a burden for me. I don't really have anything else going on. I just like train. So it's like, okay, it's not anything that's like disrupting my time, and I enjoy doing it. I love the kids. The kids love me. And it makes me really happy.
Yeah, Tia, do you maybe have like any softball players that you model your game after, and maybe any current players on Oklahoma that you also like to model your game after?
Yeah, Tia Milloy and Amira Malloy. Those are, I just watched them and I just watched them grow into strong, independent women. Kiki is brilliant. Amira is brilliant on and off the field, and those are exactly who I want to be like. So.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, I have one final question, and by the way, your answers, you're brilliant as well, Tia. This is just we really enjoyed this. I would like to. This will take a bold answer, maybe. I know your dad's won a Super Bowl ring. He's a 4-time like Pro Bowler. I watched him growing up, even though I was a Cowboy fan. Your mom is super athletic. Your sisters, there's a younger one, right? I think 10-year-old.
There is a younger one, and she's as tall as I am.
So if you could say best athlete in the family, I'm giving you an opportunity here to maybe say who that would be.
Like right now, or would we say like at peaks, like at our
maybe best? At peak, yeah.
Man, I would like to say that I'm the most athletic one, but I think that's maybe a lie. I think my dad is still very, very, very athletic. My mom was a 2-time All-American in track, but I don't know. It's either between my dad or my mom, because my dad can still beat us in things. Like I feel like he could still beat one of us in a race. So I would say probably my dad.
You are very brilliant. Saying your parents, you're demonstrating your brilliance right there. Tia, again, thanks so much for joining us. I know Sooner Nation is going to watch this, and this is 15 minutes really of just seeing who Tia Milloy and who you are and what you're about. And I know Sooner fans are going to love having you on campus, and really just even what you're saying about what you do off the field it's tremendous. Kudos to you, Tia, and we can't wait till you're a part of Sooner Nation. And thanks again for taking some time to join us here tonight.
Yes, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate you guys taking time to talk to me and inviting you on your me on your podcast.
Appreciate
All
it,
right.
Tia.
Thank you. Boomer.
Thank you, Boomer.
Boomer.